Hello guys and welcome back to my channel. I'm so excited for today's video because I'm doing something that I've wanted to do forever, but I just never have. Anyway, as you can see, we've got a lot of cozy vibes happening. I've got my favorite ambience on the TV, on YouTube. If you guys haven't done it before, you need to do it. So search ambience onto YouTube and you can choose these cute little scenes and it makes you feel all cozy. I always have this playing when I'm reading. Anyway, so today's video is all about books. So these are 7 books to help you get out of your reading slump. We all go through reading slumps. Sometimes they can even last like a couple of years. I know I had that for a little while because I was pushing myself to read too much business and personal development that I went back into the world of fiction. Honestly, the best place to be. So these are the books that will help you get out of your reading slump. And even if you aren't in a reading slump, you need to read these. Like, what are you doing with your life? There's a great mix of genres. We've got some thrillers in there. We've got rom-coms. So here are my top books to help you get out of your reading slump. All right, first up, we have The Fine Print. Now, this is a trilogy. There's the 2 other books, which I absolutely love. I've read them all. And this, honestly, if I could read a book again, it'd be this one. If I could give my soul to read a book again, this would be one of the ones. So this is a rom-com. I feel like the cover for me made me not read the book for quite a while. Because I don't know, the cover, I love it though. Now I love it, but I didn't really understand it at first. So this book is about 3 brothers whose family owns the Dreamland Enterprise. Each book is about each brother. So The Fine Print is about the youngest brother called Rowan, and he has to renovate Dreamland to be able to get his grandfather's inheritance. Anyway, he meets his co-worker Zara, and let's just say they didn't love each other at first. It's a lot of enemies to lovers trope. There's family secrets. I love it. I love all of it. And I love the grumpy sunshine trope. It's probably one of my favorite tropes. And I just love watching the characters like unfold and learn a lot more about their past and why they are the way they are. It is a really, really beautiful book. I devoured this in a couple of days. So if you love enemies to lovers, if you love workplace spiciness, this is for you. Honestly, love it. And then the good thing about this is you can get straight into the other 2 as well, which is about the older 2 brothers. But yes, love, love, love the Dreamland Billionaire series. Top of my list. The next book is a thriller, and this honestly is one of those books you can sit down and read in one sitting. It absolutely has you from the get-go. So this is about Alicia, who is a famous artist, and she lives in a big, beautiful house with her husband, Gabriel, who is a photographer. And then one fateful night, she shoots and kills her husband. Don't worry, this is all in the blurb. And then she never speaks again. She does not mutter a word again. So what happens is her artwork skyrockets, and obviously the paparazzi want to see what's going on, and it just basically has the public just so intrigued of why she's done this, but also why she's not speaking. So anyway, Theo, who is a criminal psychologist, really, really wants to work with Alicia and get down to the root of what happened and why she doesn't want to speak again. Let me just say, throughout the book, I thought so many times I knew the answers and I thought I knew it and I didn't. This is an amazing book, and it will have you like second guessing yourself all the time, and the twist at the end is insane. Love, love, love this one, and I gave this one 5 stars, and obviously I gave Fine Print 5 stars, but yes, amazing. My next book is The 7 Husbands of Evelyn Hugo by Taylor Jenkins Reid, and honestly this book was incredible. Again, is one of those books I wish I could read all over again. This was a really different type of story as well. I feel like it has the romance, but it's got more of a old Hollywood feel to it. So basically it's about this movie icon from Hollywood, Evelyn Hugo, and she's retired and she is kind of hidden away, reclusive, and she's finally ready to tell her story, which she never has. She's finally ready to open up to the press and all the things. Anyway, so she reaches out to Monique, who is what she would say is nothing special. Her husband's left her, she's got not much going on, and she's not too sure why this famous movie star has reached out to her for her to write about her life. And she's so excited. Monique is so excited because she's like, this could be, you know, the kickstart of my career. Anyway, the book goes into telling us the story of her 7 husbands that she goes through, her in the Hollywood scene in the 1950s until she quits show business in the 80s. And it's just a really heartfelt book with lots of twists and turns, and it was just so beautifully written, and I absolutely love this book. So if you want something a little bit different, give it a go. This story just had me yeah, just turning the pages so fast. All right, next book is Things We Never Got Over. Absolutely love this book, and it has another one as well. And the third is actually being released. I feel like it's this month. But yes, this is such a beautiful book. So this is about Naomi, who not only is running away from her wedding, but she's running to the rescue of her twin sister, who unfortunately is still very evil. And she ends up leaving Naomi high and dry. She takes her money and her car. Not only does she have no car and no job and no money, but she also has an 11-year-old niece that she has to look after. So then there's this brooding, tattooed guy called Knox, and he's a barber. He owns some businesses, and of course, he doesn't put up with any bullshit. He doesn't really like relationships. He doesn't like relationships. And of course, he's going to help her out, because what else is he meant to do? So that is what the book is about. It is enemies to lovers, very much grumpy versus sunshine, forced proximity, all the things. Like, it is absolutely the best. And I love the characters. There's quite a few characters in this book, but I felt like it really adds to, you know, the context and the scene. And I loved the town that this is set in. It really makes me want to move there, because I feel like that town is just so homely, but it is very much a town where everything is settled in fights and beer and all that stuff. But absolutely love this book. Gave this one 5 stars as well. And then he also has a brother called Nash, and that's what the second book is about. So you need to read this one. Next book is Verity, which is a psychological thriller. This is by Colleen Hoover. I'm sure you guys have seen this before. There is a lot of trigger warnings that come with this book though, but if you like a psychological thriller, you will absolutely love this book. It is very fast to read. It will have you into it straight away. So basically, Verity is about Lowen, who is a struggling writer, and she is hired by Jeremy, and he is the husband of the famous author Verity. So unfortunately, Verity is injured, and Lowen has to come to their house and go through all the manuscripts and notes and everything like that to complete Verity's collection. So she's written a series of books, and Lowen needs to finish them. While Lowen is working at the Crawford house to complete these book series, she comes across an autobiography that is unfinished, written by Verity herself. And in this autobiography, there is very dark, chilling admissions about a certain night that took place that changed their family forever. And at first, Lowen decides to hold this away from Jeremy because he's a grieving husband. There's a lot of things going on, but as she reads through and her feelings for Jeremy intensifies, she does decide to bring this to light. And it is a very, very twisted book. It has a lot of chilling details to it, but honestly, you won't be able to stop reading this. So if you love your thrillers, you need to get onto this. And the twist at the end literally has your brain just bamboozled. All right, next up we have a rom-com, and this one is called It Happened One Summer. And I really did enjoy this series. It's got another one as well called Hook, Line and Sinker, which is number 2. So this one is about Piper, who is very much a socialite, fashionista. She's an influencer and all the things. Anyways, one day her dad gets very frustrated with her with all the partying and getting into trouble, that he ships her off to this little fisherman town where she has to basically make a way for herself. While she's there, she meets a very grumpy fisherman called Brendan, who thinks she won't even last a week outside of LA. So there's a lot of character development in this. I really love the supporting characters as well, and the small fisherman town I absolutely love. I got the same kind of small town vibes in both of these books, which I love. I don't know why, it's just a thing I love. So yes, you get to see, you know, the enemies to lovers, the grumpy versus sunshine, and her make a way for herself in this small town. And you see that Piper starts to question if she really likes the glitz and glam in LA, or she wants to be in this little fisherman town. So yes, love this book. And lucky last is The Housemate. So this is another psychological thriller. You can tell what I love. I got it on my Kindle, but this was, again, another page turner. Very easy to read, and it had me hooked pretty quick. So this is about Millie, who becomes a nanny for a very wealthy family. So she works for Nina, who is the housewife, who is very manipulative, tells a lot of lies, and is just quite scary in my opinion. And then there's Andrew, who is the husband, who's very handsome, and Millie's wondering why he's even with her. And as she goes along, she uncovers some very dark secrets about the family, and it kind of goes from there. And you really need to read it, honestly. It is, the twists at the end honestly blew my mind, and I love the way in which it was written, which I can't tell you because I don't want to tell any secrets. But yes, if you want another amazing psychological thriller that's got, you know, the big beautiful house, the the rich husband and wife, and then the nanny, and then there's like dark family secrets, this is the book for you. Anyways, guys, I hope that helped. And I know with these books you will get out of your reading slump, or if you're just after a new fresh read, these are for you. These are the best books, literally some of my favorite page turners. So if you read them, please let me know below. And if you like these types of videos with all my book recommendations, I can definitely do monthly wrap-ups or whatever you would like. Anyways, guys, I will see you on Monday. Bye.